Morning YouTubers, today we're going to do our 700 round tabletop review of the Millennium G2 by Taurus. First, just to show, it's empty, we're good. Don't want anyone freaking out. So, I haven't done a range review yet on it. I'm sure I will at some point in time. But ultimately, nice little gun, not bad. Price, $200 to $300, somewhere in that range. MSRP I think is $3. I got this one about $220, $225, something like that. Really good. So let's talk about it. Malfunctions, I've had absolutely none until I went about 600 rounds. I hadn't cleaned the mags out yet, and I ran some really cheap $8 a box remanufactured ammo. I had a couple of feeding issues out of that, so that probably the mags. Cleaned them out. It's been fine ever since that. So, it's standard. But other than that, we've got good grip. Ergonomics are nice. And you've got your divots there for your finger rests. A good thumb. This is really nice. You get some guns and they configure that kind of weird so you don't accidentally activate it and drop your mag while you're firing. This one I've never really had that really keeps your thumb there, but still easy to hit when you need to, so which is really nice. The texturing on this is good, little too good. It's it's fine on that side. On this side, I've been carrying this daily for several months in an Alien Gear holster, so it's an in waistband, and that right off the bat was rubbing and irritating. I took some really fine sandpaper. I hit it real quick. You can not really tell. It still grips pretty nicely on that side. The front and the back are where you need it most anyway, and that side obviously. And that solved that problem. So if you do get one, or if you have one, do that. Just some little 120 and just real quick across it. The good about it, it's got a pretty nice trigger. Let me get it this way and show you. I mean, real light on the Takeup, and then quick snap. Reset. I should have dropped the mag for that. Now, a little bit longer than some, but still not bad. The good thing about it is you now have double action. So you get a light primer strike, no need to rack a new load. You can take a second attempt. A lot of times they will fire. Out at the range doing some practice and training drills, we had some white box Winchester, and my wife actually had a couple of light primer strikes out of the box that she was running, and she was able to keep going because of that. Initially though, that was a little gritty feeling. So there's all the good about it. Let's talk about some downfalls. That gritty feeling, that's just kind of a thing. So all I did is I pulled the striker assembly apart. I got right there, that's where the sear meets it, and I used my Dremel and polished that up, put it back together. Super easy to pull apart. I may do a video showing that sometime, but it's just like a Glock. Kind of pull that back and pop that out. And because I'm kind of picky about this, I polished up the feed ramp. I did have some machining marks, not really bad, but your bullet hits that and slides up, so I wanted that to be super smooth. Also easier to clean, and I like my gun to look good and clean. But there's no wear in the barrel. The rifling looks good. Maintenance, it's, you know, pretty standard to everything else. Really, that's been the only downfalls as far as the functionality. So here's going to be, if you buy this gun, here's going to be your struggle. This has been mine. You get a gun and like, this is cool, I want to do something to it, and there's just nothing really on the market. You're going to have this gun, here's where it is. I color filled it. There are a couple companies that are making sights for it now. I think I saw True Glow there. If you want spare magazines, you're probably not going to find them locally. You're going to have to go online and order them, you know. You're probably not going to find anything aftermarket like you would for, you know, Glock or 1911. Nobody's really making them. It has taken some abuse. I've chucked these down in the dirt a bunch of times. I've chucked this thing down in the dirt a couple of times just for to give it some training scars. It does have an external safety. Not a big fan of that myself, but it's there. Taurus puts this lockout safety. They give you a little key that fits in there. You turn it, it kind of disengages the slide and the trigger, all of it. I took it to the range. I tried it. It worked. I brought it home. I threw the key in the drawer because I'll never use it. But what's nice is there's not a cable lock in the box. They didn't have to do that to be compliant. So that's good. Overall, here's my take on it. It's good. It's a budget price. In that price range, I mean, what do you got? High points are, you know, that range or even cheaper, but those are just a heavy hunk of steel that, yeah, we don't really want those. Sky, SCCY, is out there. I actually did have one of those at one point. Some people really love them. I've heard good things. I wanted to like it. It failed miserably right out of the box, and their customer service was great. I called them up, they got it fixed, and ultimately I still couldn't trust my life to it, so I got rid of that. But this one I will absolutely trust to protect myself and my family. That being said, today is its retirement party. It's not fully retiring. It's going to become a backup gun because I got a new gun that I got to go out and run. I finally caved and got a Glock. But, you know, if something happens with my Glock, I'm going to have no problem picking this up, shooting it, feeling comfortable, confident with it. And I actually don't want to get rid of it because it is small, it's compact, it's got a decent capacity still, and I want to, you know, still have that. You know, it fits well into a backpack or a glove box. Would probably ride well in an ankle holster or appendix carry if you're into that. I've never felt comfortable doing that myself, but overall, I think it's a good gun. If you're looking at buying one and you're searching YouTube, that's what I do. A lot of times when I see a good deal on a gun, I go on YouTube and I search it, and I wanted to give my opinion of this for you guys. I've been shooting handguns really regularly for about 5 years now. So I'm not, you know, I'm not this crazy tactical, you know, you gotta have this and that. It's, you know, I'm a real guy with a regular job and bills to pay and live paycheck to paycheck. And when I saw a gun for 200 and some change, I bought it, and that one didn't work. And I saw another one, and I thought, hey, let's look at reviews. And this one had some mixed reviews, some good reviews, some bad. My opinion, it does what it needs to do. You pull the trigger, it goes bang, it feeds another round. You can pull the trigger again, it keeps going bang. I've had no issue with that. Accuracy, you know, at your defense ranges, 7 yards, 10 yards, even 15 yards, it's fine. You know, that's always going to depend a lot on the shooter, ammo, things like that. But it's done well for me. I've had no problems with it. We actually own two. My wife has one as well, and she loves hers. She also has another gun too, but the Taurus is actually what she's been carrying daily. She actually got hers first, and I liked it enough that I had to go buy one too. So overall, it's good. You know, if this helped you at all, like the video, leave a comment, you know, do whatever. This is the very first video that we're doing like this for this YouTube channel. There's gonna be more to come. I think I might be filming a couple today actually. We're gonna do some range reviews, some gear and equipment type reviews coming up soon. And really this is geared towards just the everyday person, you know, that doesn't have deep pockets or whatever, but we want to make sure that we're spending our money wisely and getting a good bang for our buck. No pun intended with the gun. And so look forward to more and seeing you guys. Thanks for watching.